Words like mobility, flexibility, meeting customers where they are, engaging your employees where they are, 24/7, 365 days in a year, being able to give consumers as well as employees what they really ultimately want, and that's control, is all what I'm going to talk about in this episode. Okay, I am your host of the Startup Junkie, and I've shared this message with you before, but this is so vitally important and so key to sustaining your business, your religious organization, your your private prep academy, your school. Why? Because today it was just announced that we have a 14+% unemployment rate, as well as 20 million jobs being lost in April alone. And I got to tell you, it's not going to get better. With that said, check out today's episode of the Startup Junkie, leveraging technology to help your business engage and grow exponentially. Coming in a few weeks, our company pretty much landed a contract to redevelop a course for a university. Now, in the redevelopment of that course, which is taught online, we are going to basically be providing mass education to students from all around the world, right? You might be saying, well, AJ, what does this have to do with today's topic? Well, it has a whole lot to do with today's topic, because I'm going to read directly off my paper here, and I just want you to understand some interesting facts about e-learning. I'm going to share these facts with you. I'm also going to tell you the kind of businesses that should employ e-learning as a part of their employee/corporate training, as a part of preserving religious teachings, putting them in the form of a course, as well as what some private schools, some private academies, some prep schools have yet to do, and why this is so, or can be so, damaging to them, and what they should do going forward. Now, first and foremost, here's some interesting facts about e-learning. The global e-learning market is expected to reach $325 billion with a B dollars by 2025. In other words, every year, e-learning is expected to generate that type of revenue. Now, when you take that e-learning, combine that with entrepreneurs doing online coaching and all the other online businesses, it literally equals to about $1 trillion of commerce, okay, of revenue being transacted over the internet as it relates to learning technologies. And that's why we got our company switched its shift and got into that. Now, here's a couple other things to know. 77% of all U.S. companies use online learning, or they used online learning in 2017, and that number's actually increased, especially during COVID. For every dollar spent on e-learning, companies make about $30 back in productivity. And how the users are learning, using this learning technology is through mobile e-learning, learning management systems, which are LMS, application simulation tools, rapid e-learning, podcasts, and virtual classrooms. So why am I sharing this with you today? Excuse me. I'm sharing this with you today because there are many companies out there that I can tell you personally, our company have pitched about taking their content, taking what is being taught inside of the classroom, what's being shared through religious sermons, from preachers, talk about taking that information and putting that information online in the form of a course, or basically taking all of the corporate training that some companies are doing, standing in front of their employees, hiring people to, corporate trainers to come in from out of town, basically how to streamline all of that, how to basically cut costs and put all of that online, whether it's self-paced or whether it's timed, right? So what does this mean to you as a business owner? If you are a business owner out there, right, who have been recently affected by the new environment or the new normal, right, where everything is kind of shifting online, where many people now more than ever are partaking of ordering like groceries online, ordering everything pretty much online that can be delivered to them, protecting themselves from going out. How many major universities have not stopped operations, but they have shifted everything to online, while many states are on shutdown or on lockdown. What does that mean for you as a business owner? The question I pose to you is simply this: have you prepared to, one, train your employees online, whether it's your employee training or whether it's corporate training? Have you done that? If you own a private prep academy, some kind of private school, some kind of daycare, larger daycare, have you actually taken the curriculum that was being taught to the students, in the classroom? Have you put that online, right? Have you made it available for your employees to be able not to actually be on campus, but be able to still engage students where you can still keep your tuition? I'm just keeping it real with you, right? Have you prepared your staff for that? Have you done that with your business? If you are a religious organization and you're looking out in the pews, you walk out and you're by yourself and you look out in the pews and there are absolutely no one there, and you're thinking to yourself, man, when will they be back? No matter what state you're in, you're asking yourself, when will they be back? Okay, am I truly engaging them? Okay, sure. Some of you are taking to social media. You're doing your Facebook lives. You're doing your Instagram lives. You're doing all this different live stuff, sharing with your flock, so to speak, your brethren, the good word. But at some point, is it enough, right? What can you do to constantly engage them even more besides live streams? What can you do even more, right? Well, that all boils down to MOOCs. Okay, again, massive open online courses. So let me share this graph with you. You see these companies: Coursera, edX, Udacity, Khan Academy, LinkedIn Learning, Skillshare, and others alike. Do you know that many of these companies now are multi-billion-dollar companies? And even if they're nonprofits, such as Khan Academy, they're backed by endowments from major contributors that actually make online learning, available for students, right? Have you noticed the trend? And I'm coming to something here, so I just need you to kind of bear with me a little bit. I'm coming to something here. But have you noticed the trend of all of high schools, or the commercials that you've seen on TV that are talking about, K through 12 and how K through 12 students can learn at home, right? And so now, doing this environment, the K through 12, all you parents out there, it's like, man, that's really looking good now, because you still have to figure out a way to to teach your children and engage them and keep them busy with activities. So it's the same thing for businesses. Like, for example, Coursera. Do you know, not that many years ago, Coursera had only made $1 million. Now this company is making $140 million a year, right? Teaching through partnerships with other universities, letting you take free courses. And if you want a certificate, you pay like $49, $59, or $69 to get certificates from top universities, right? But this company is valued at over $1 billion. So why am I sharing this with you? Okay. Many of the companies that we do business with are larger companies, okay? Companies that have deep pockets. But many of you businesses out there, religious organizations, the small church on the corner, you guys do not have the deep pockets as such, some of these major universities. I work with one university that has over 186,000 students across the world, right? So 186,000 students, what tuition? That's a lot of money, okay? And many of you who are not preparing for the new paradigm, the new shift to online learning, whether it's training your employees through corporate training, whether it's developing course content for your private school or your prep academy through LMSs, which is called learning management systems, you guys are, what can I say? Sadly, some of you guys will not make it. Am I trying to scare you straight to get it in order? Yes, I am. You know why? Because I know that many businesses in the neighborhoods in which I grew up in, they are still to this day not down with the technology thing. They're still to this day trying to do business the old school way. So I'm saying to you, if you're watching this message, please, if you need some help, just reach out to me, DM me. Don't even go to the website. You want to schedule an appointment with me. You want to talk a little bit about what you can do to actually help your business grow. Keep your employees engaged, help your employees, or do some kind of corporate training. What you can do if you own a church, how you can keep your people engaged with you other than just social media. Reach out to me, DM me. Okay, because I am one who grew up in a situation very close to the people that are quote unquote close in the neighborhoods, okay, in the poor neighborhoods. And I know that in order for those businesses to survive right now to this day, in order for those local prep academies and private schools in certain areas, in order for them to survive, you guys are going to have to do something different. You're going to have to depend more on technology and the strategy behind technology in order to, one, protect the school, make sure that the schools stay open, make sure that religious institutions maintain, and then also, more importantly, to make sure that you connect and engage with people. All right. So everyone, I know this is a short message today. This is just weighing heavy on my mind because, in fact, this class, today's show wasn't even meant to be today's show. I decided to jump on and kind of share this message because knowing the type of companies that our company does business with, knowing that those companies have deep pockets, those companies have been up on technology way back 2010, 11, 12, and how many companies by necessity and many, say private schools, religious organizations by necessity have been forced into this new reality of engaging their customers, their churchgoers, their students online. You guys need some help. So you want a free consultation on, how I can just share some things that I know the bigger companies are using to do this, other than Zoom, other than social media, just live streaming. DM, all right? And I'll set it up to where I'll give you a free 15-minute consultation. We'll work it out, okay? Anyway, that's this episode of the Startup Junkie. Be sure to check out the Startup Junkie tomorrow, where don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but it will definitely be relevant to you and your business. And be sure to check out the Startup Junkie live podcast on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, as well as iHeartMedia. Until tomorrow, everyone, I'm AJ. Y'all just be good to one another. Take care.